Hey guys, it is April 29th, Wednesday. Welcome back. This is going to be a really short video greeting because I have some other cool stuff for you to do this week. So let's go ahead and get started. Today I have chosen my background as the Galapagos Islands for a few reasons. One, it's really rainy outside and I would rather be there. And two, this is where Charles Darwin did most of his studying on the theory of natural selection and evolution. So this week's lesson can be found in the April 29th folder on Schoology, and it's called Evolution Part 2, Natural Selection. Checklist for this week: watch this video greeting for me to kind of explain what my expectations are. Then there are going to be 2 instructional videos on natural selection and a guided notes sheet for you to watch for the content this week. And then I'm going to have you choose 1 choice activity and 1 quiz. And that's going to look a little different this week, and I'll explain that at the end of the video. For your daily discovery this week, this is going to come back on your quiz. So what I have here is 2 sets of data on the continent of Africa, published in 2017. And what I'm going to ask you to think about is, I want you to think about any conclusions or just simply observations that you can make about the incidence of malaria versus sickle cell anemia, 2 different blood diseases, on the continent of Africa. So if you look on the left in green, the continent of Africa in green, and a little bit of the southern portion of Asia, they show you where you can find the most concentrated cases of malaria. In the map on the right, you have varying degrees of the frequency, meaning like the number of people who carry an allele genetically for sickle cell anemia. So I just want you to think about any conclusions or observations you can make, and I'm going to ask you to state that on your quiz this week. This image will pop up again on the quiz directly, so you don't necessarily need to commit it to memory. This week's lesson on natural selection includes 2 videos and some guided notes. Altogether, this portion should take you less than 30 minutes because the videos are not very long. The first video you're going to watch is from Paul Anderson, and it is called Natural Selection. And then the second video is our good friends, the Amoeba Sisters, an even shorter video, also called Natural Selection. I have put a PDF of the notes that I would have given you had we watched these videos in class to kind of guide you through what's important from each video. I do not need you to send me a copy of the notes that you take, but you will be able to use those notes as a guide on your quiz. So you can kind of guess what kinds of questions I'm going to ask you on your quiz this week. Choice activities are going to look a little bit different because each choice is really different from the other, to kind of give you better options of what's interesting to you. So this week, you're going to see 4 different folders with 4 different choices. You only need to complete 1 of these choices. So choice 1, if you enjoyed the first chapter of A Spring Without Bees, I have provided you with the second chapter. This is not one that I'm planning on reading together as a group, but if you liked reading the first chapter of that book, you can choose that option, and your quiz will be based on that. Choice 2 is an interactive game, which I'm going to show you briefly. Choice 3 is a virtual lab on lizard evolution. And choice 4 is to simply complete review book questions from topic 5 in the green review book. Again, you only need to do 1 of these options. When you go to take your quiz this week, you'll find the quiz is specific to which choice that you selected. So no matter what choice you select, your quiz is going to be based on the following. For 1 point, everyone's going to see that map again of malaria versus sickle cell disease in Africa, and you'll be asked to answer 1 question based on that map. You will also then see 6 questions based on the two videos on natural selection that everybody needs to watch. See your notes sheet for how I might ask those questions. The last 6 points are going to come from whatever choice you selected. So if you chose choice 1, those last 6 points are going to be based directly on chapter 2 of A Spring Without Bees. But if you chose choice 3, those last 6 questions are going to be based on the virtual lab of lizard evolution. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you to Schoology and show you what this looks like. So when you guys have been logging onto Schoology, your screen probably looks something like this, and each folder is designated for that week. As you can see, I haven't published this one yet because it's not Wednesday, because I'm recording this on Monday. But when you log in, you will see that this is totally active and ready to go. So I can kind of look and see what I need to do. Watch the video greeting. I need to take video notes on parts 1 and 2. And then I need to choose an activity and take the appropriate quiz by Sunday. So for example, what everybody's going to do is, you already watched this video greeting, but that will be in here. Parts 1 and 2, those are the 2 separate videos. Down here, you'll see the natural selection guided notes. You do not need to turn this in. You could even just do this on a separate sheet of paper, or just kind of jot down some things to consider that you can use on your quiz. So the Paul Anderson video, here are some notes that I want you to focus on, questions you might see on the quiz. And then if you keep scrolling down, here are some questions based on the second video by the Amoeba Sisters. Altogether, this is only 18 minutes of video. Add in maybe 5 to 10 minutes if you need to pause or rewind to get any of the notes. Once that's all done, you have 4 different choices for how you want to complete this assignment this week. So let's say I choose choice 1. I want to keep reading A Spring Without Bees, chapter 2. I will find the PDF to chapter 2 in the folder, and then I will take this quiz. Again, half of it is the same as everybody else's based on the videos, and half of it's going to be based on the chapter. If I choose choice 2 or 3, there's going to be links in here to send me to those games. Now, one problem that has been popping up is if I want to play this Sorting Finches, which is a type of bird interactive game, sometimes people are seeing this screen and then they're just like giving up. But what I can do is I can click this little box with an arrow pointing up in the right corner, and it will open a new tab for me and take me directly to that link. Then all I need to do is launch the interactive. It will load, and I just go ahead and I get started. This specific Sorting Finches game might take you like a half an hour. If I go back to my other options, I might choose to do the virtual lab on lizard evolution. And again, I'm kind of seeing that fake error screen. So if I just click in the upper right corner, it will take me to a new tab. I launch the interactive. And I only want to do module 1 on ecomorphs. I'm gonna have you, it'll tell you to watch this little video clip, and then you're just gonna open module 1 and just kind of go through and do what it asks you to do. You'll continue through and you'll kind of start to sort lizards based on some of their physical traits and continue as it tells you to do that. If you choose choice 4, all you need for that is your review book. So you're not going to see anything in that folder other than the quiz based on questions in that review book. So that is your lesson for this week. There's nothing that you need to send to me regardless of what choice that you make. You just need to make sure that you take the quiz by Sunday. All right, so I am going to sign off. I'm going to enjoy my stay at the Galapagos Islands. Reach out if you have any questions, and make sure that you are checking in or completing your quiz every week for attendance. Have a great day.